Now, Omaha's verified most accurate forecast.
Good morning, everyone. I'm 3 News Now Chief Meteorologist Mark Stitz. Today looking a lot like yesterday. A lot of sunshine, plenty of heat, and plenty of humidity. As we go into that lunch hour, we're mostly sunny with mid-80s. And this afternoon, making our way into the low 90s across eastern Nebraska. And like yesterday, western Iowa, more of you will reach into the upper 80s. So a touch cooler, but still humid, making it feel well into the 90s for you as well. Then as we go into the nighttime hours, a line of thunderstorms from the northwest will try to push into our area. Questionable how much of this will hold together for us, but as it enters northeast Nebraska around 10, 11 o'clock tonight, that's when it will be at its strongest. Biggest concern being the threat for some damaging winds. But that line of storms will break apart and weaken as it pushes farther south and east. Omaha, if it gets to us, probably not until after midnight tonight. We're talking 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. And again, still the potential if it's holding together well for some strong wind. And then as we go into Wednesday morning, that line of storms continues to break apart as our cold front pushes farther southeast as well. Behind it, eventually some relief from the heat. Wednesday morning, a couple leftover storms, especially southeast of Omaha. We'll start the day probably in the upper 60s to low 70s. And then tomorrow afternoon, we do pull back the heat some. Temperatures in the low to mid 80s for the afternoon, so a little bit more comfortable behind the cold front. Plus helping out more clouds as we dodge some hit and miss rain across the area throughout the day, but a whole lot of dry time Wednesday. And then as we go into Wednesday night, the potential for at least some hit and miss storms, especially south of I-80. So rain potential is there over the next couple of days, especially overnight tonight. Today, though, mostly sunny, 91 and humid, making it feel more like the mid to upper 90s for most of us. Then tomorrow, mostly cloudy, 84 with that hit and miss rain, followed by some hit and miss storms heading into Wednesday night. Thursday, most of us dry and even cooler, mostly cloudy with a high near 78. Then Friday, we get a little bit warmer, back to 83. Potential for some scattered showers and thunderstorms, but questionable. And then as we go through the weekend, still at least some hit and miss storms, but many of us will be dry. In fact, dry long enough to reach into the upper 80s both afternoons. Monday looking drier with low 90s.